rocking rad Zerg player right here. It's the Italian stallion himself, the one and only Clash Reynor.
And his opponent down here in the bottom playing for Uplon. He is Denver.
Open the blue. Yes. All right. Well, so far it looks like both these players going for their hatch first. So, you know, extreme aggression off of the one base just quite yet. It's very hard to pull something like that off against somebody as Reynor, though, I would say. I mean, it's always in the back of your mind when playing CVC. You're always going to be watching with the pathing of the overlords, trying to see if there's anything coming across the map here. And, you know, somebody is with the clean control Reynor has, you would imagine very difficult to get that early, well, extremely early single base spawning pool kind of good trade against him.
This is truly a mirror matchup down to the seconds here, as we can kind of see. And I think Denver's been on a really big tear recently as well. His early game is very, very solid. And I think that's... I don't think that we're going to be seeing too long of a game. I think overall, he's just going to go in, try and win it quickly. I'm not saying he's going to cheese, not saying that, oh, hey, he's going to all in every single time, but he definitely does want to get those early advantages. And Romanticide will allow him to do it because there's a little bit of a shorter rush distance, you know? That's the thing about Romanticide.
Yeah. It's Reynor here and Denver both making a couple of links. I'm assuming Reynor is going to be really on top of just scouting with his links. He's going to continuously be sending them in, trying to see, all right, what's your drone count at? Are these mineral lines saturated? Are you just, you know, hiding a bunch of links somewhere behind in your base? And you might make it difficult as well for Denver here that way to actually hide a good enough amount of links to try and put any pressure somewhere. So far, both of them just happily droning along, though. And neither of them really looking to be all that aggressive, and both getting a safety baneling nest kind of timing here.
You know, the funny thing is, like, the way I'm looking at it, obviously we do have that baneling nest going to be coming up for both sides. What if they were both playing scared of each other, thinking that the other one is going to be the first one to blink? I think that would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, the thing here is that Reynor is already at an advantage. It's not really as much in worker or army supply or anything like that. It's that he's active with his links across the map. He's gaining a lot more intel, and he knows that his opponent is not bulking up an extreme amount of Zerglings. Now, he didn't run them back here. I think Speed did just finish up. And there are enough links now to kind of scare off his own links as well. We'll see how he transitions here. Lair coming up for Reynor.
See, there are so many different ways you can go with that. Obviously, you can get that fast roach speed, which is pretty much the norm. But let's keep an eye on how many gases he throws down, because I think, you know, kind of faking a third base would be one of the biggest moves that you could make, because Denver knows it's there. So if you just cut your drones fully and go for something like 2-base Muta, use the additional larva to do so, you will really catch him off guard. But unfortunately, that train of thought is a little bit derailed, as we have the Roach Warren right here, ready to go.
Yeah, you may just be building the Roach Warren just to have it, right? In case he gets attacked by roaches himself. And it's a good way to fully wall it off. So he is still going for the Spire here. So that is still the main priority. Building a couple of links here as well. So I'm assuming he kind of wants, like, running in a link over there again, right? Very important to do. We saw Danfer do it again a little bit earlier also. Couldn't quite get into the main or natural base, but still.
Okay,
see a lot of drones for Denver now versus a lot of links for Reynor. So this could be the moment where Reynor starts to head out on the map a bit more.
Indeed, as we do have that Roach Warren finishing for Denver, and 5 Roaches going to be coming out with +1 very soon. No additional upgrades, or really no upgrades at all for Reynor, because he is banking on that gas. He will have enough for about 7 mutas by the time that Spire finishes, but the Banelings, though, going to go completely undetested. And now the Roaches going to have to fight on their own. They do get surrounded. Not the hugest Baneling connection right there, but there are still so many Lings tearing through his base. I think Reynor from here just smells blood in the water and is going to be looking for a kill.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of an overdrone. I mean, 11 right now going down. It's slight, but it's quite strong here for Reynor. And in particular, what I like about this is that he just made a ton of Lings, went in aggressively, and as soon as this is kind of handled now, Denver just put in a lot of money into those Roaches, and Reynor's coming in with the Mutalisk. Denver, does he have a single Spore Crawler anywhere? No. What just happened as well? Reynor was targeting down those Queens, targeting down specifically, making those Mutalisk even more effective. They are still spending their time cleaning up the Overlords, going along the way.
Yeah, and I think from here, Denver is just saying, okay, I need to go across the map. There's just not really too much I can do. But on the left, he's caught by the Mutas. On the right, he's getting poked down by the Lings, and that is it. GG is called. Reynor taking a very fast one, you know? A very nice mind game overall.
Yeah, yeah, well, just nice play going in with those the Zerglings. Again, it was 11 drones that were being built by Denver at that time, right? So there was definitely quite a discrepancy between the military supplies of both those players. Roach is not quite being able to get that in time before the Lynx just ruined his day entirely.
And I think, from there, you know, he's down to his last leg in this series. This is the best of 3. And I think he still wants $10,000. Goes in. If you got $10,000, would you take it?
If I have it, would I take it?
Yeah, if you were playing StarCraft 2 and someone offered you $10,000 to play StarCraft 2, would you do it?
So just to play? Do I have to win?
Yes.
Yes? Well, who am I playing against?
You are playing against Twitch chat.
Twitch chat. All right. Well, that's a bit of... Yeah, we could give that a go. We could give that... I'd probably lose still, but you know what? I would within myself, I could find a little glimmer of hope, giving me a false promise to myself that, you know, I might be able to win that one. Who knows? He's asking if we're ready as well. I think we are, right?
Yes. I believe so. If I learn how to spell, it'll be a miracle. But here we go, guys. 2,000 atmospheres for our next map. Thank you all so much for tuning in so far. Still so much great StarCraft 2 to come. And here we go. Hold it. Pretend I'm frozen.
Just prolong the go. Just like, here we go.
And there goes our entire audience. But here we are spawning in the top right position of the map, sporting that dashing helmet. Give it up for Denver.
Opponents sitting neatly on the other side of the map, changing to the blue is the Italian player himself, the kid that took down Serral multiple times. It is Clash Reynor.
And now Denver. He saw the mind games last time. He's got to be kind of kicking himself over it. So do you think that he's going to be a little bit crazy in this one? I mean, he's going to have to be, because as you see, we have this lovely little pool here, and it's not just for floaties.
Yeah, Reynor actually the one bringing in a bit of aggression here. And Denver is going to have to find a way to respond. It's going to be a while before that Overlord scouts out that there's no natural base, of course. See how Denver decides to respond. Also important to see is whether or not we're getting those drones pulled off as soon as Reynor has 100. Is he going to go for Banelings as well with this, or is it just a quick speed?
I think he is going to pull off just because, you know, he didn't go for that like 13, 14. I don't think he's going to overcommit at all. Yep. At least I hope not. But Reynor is supply blocked. Like he can't get out any more lings. Oh my goodness. That's a huge mistake, and that's going to slow down this attack a lot.
It's interesting. Does he have larvae? He does one. I mean, okay. A little bit of a delay. It might be okay, right?
Well, whatever it does mean that Denver will have the proper defense out, and it's only these two lings going to go across the map. Maybe get a nibble, and then have to go home.
There is actually a Baneling nest here on the way. Passer. He's going to go for it. He's waiting up a little bit longer, getting that money ready, and then a swell of lings will be starting to prep up. Denver here looks like he's in the know. He's building his own Baneling nest a bit earlier as well. He may just be, you know, it might be a lucky break, him wanting to get aggressive also. But let's see how this works out. As long as Reynor doesn't, doesn't overcommit here. Might be okay.
So we have to keep a close eye on that metabolic boost timing here, because Reynor, it finishes just as the lings are done, and we still got about maybe 20 to 30 seconds before it's done for Denver, so he is in a little bit of trouble. He's got to hold on.
Okay.
But he does have...
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he cancels his third base instantly and starts blocking off that ramp with the Baneling, so he's in the know. He knows what's up. Just gotta be careful,
I got a little bit frightened there for a moment. I thought if we have one more wave of reduction going to drones here, that could be problematic for Denver. But did not do that, and does seem to be working out rather nicely for him here. Holds it off, and, well, the one problem, though, still is that Reynor, I mean, how many links did he make here? 15. He's got his third base on the way, right? That's kind of the scary part, that he already has gotten that advantage. Now with that third base timing. So we already got what he wanted from this.
Yeah, and you can kind of see he's slowly droning up behind it. Not overcommitting to the ling aggression. Just keeping a small token force across the map to say, hey, Denver, I am here. You have to defend. Denver says, okay, you do too. Good luck. As we're going to see, the Baneling's going to be able to force this away. So, yeah, it's a roughly equal situation here. 29-29, and army supplies are equivalent. That was a beautiful Bane connection.
Yeah. That did a lot of damage. A lot of circlings to the hospital from that one. Denver has a lot of Banelings as well. Really wants to destroy that third base and reclaim the timing there. It's done now, so... if he manages, that would be a fantastic blow to Reynor's economy here. That's a lot of Banelings.
Oh, you got to be so careful.
Too much. Don't run into the queen side. He's going to go for the drones. He just bypasses the entire engagement here. I thought he was going to try to come in from behind onto the Zerglings and Banelings, but instead he finds himself some drones already pre-split from Reynor, though. So he's doing a very good job at minimizing the amount of damage that these Banelings can do. Zerglings come in to finish off a lot of low HP drones, though. Oh, 13 so far have gone down, but Reynor still in this one by killing 7 drones of his own on the other side of the map.
And that's exactly how you stay into it. I think that was a huge Baneling connection in the center there. But now it's kind of this crisscross motion here. When do you feel safe enough to transition out of this? You can't go too far. Denver a little bit slower on the pull, but he will be able to clean that up. And oh my goodness, a little bit of a unfortunate timing there. Will lose Reynor quite a bit of momentum, but he's still everywhere, man. Like seriously, Kozan.
Yeah. It's I mean, normally you would get a little bit worried, you know, after the engagement, but just Reynor is so incredibly good that he might be just fine. It might still be equal after that, and now Reynor strikes back and immediately puts himself back on top again. This kid, he's very good at StarCraft 2.
And what I love about it is just the fact that he has been droning up behind this. It's not a lot, but you can see it's slowly bringing himself up to a huge supply lead. Oh, he could have committed to that drone line right there. I think he would have gotten a lot more, but now gonna have to settle for a lot less.
Yeah,
as
3 circling still do a little bit of work.
Oh, on the other side, though, hey, a queen did go down. Some good micro, good pull away right there, though. Will stop the banelings from finding those connections. This is absolute carnage, Kozan.
It's like an old school kind of Korean CVZ, right? Where it's just banelings and zerglings. We're not doing anything else but trying to get banelings into your mineral line. And you need to stop it using your own zerglings and banelings. It's definitely a mess. Another good connection there. I'm not quite sure which one that was.
Oh,
I'm assuming it was Denver, since he was leading Reynor up onto the ramp. That's usually a great way to try. Oh, that could have been it. Just Reynor might. Okay. He was asking for that one for a while.
Man, I swear.
Please, so many circlings to be blown up here.
I don't know how these guys are not getting burned here, because they are certainly playing with fire. Denver forced back once again. But he does get 4 workers, and he's bringing the lead back in his favor. But at some point, you'd think these guys have to transition, don't you think?
I think Reynor, I mean, he has a 6 worker count, 5 worker counts advantage here. 4, don't let it become 4 now. It will be, all right, a 4 worker count advantage. It's still quite a 3 worker count advantage. I love doing that. Anyway, yeah, all right, Denver's still making stuff work. About your question, is this just going to be circling bangling? Well, until somebody GG's, it might be.
I think they have answered our question here. I have not seen anything other than Ling Bane on the production tab for the longest time. These guys are fighting their heart out, and oh my goodness, Denver, I gotta say, I'm loving this. Just the fact that Denver has been the one to put most of the aggression on, keeping Reynor on his side of the map, but now Reynor's gonna go for a bit of a counterattack and try and get rid of some of that pressure.
Ooh, all right. It's kind of like, you know, there's a timing in ZVZ where you can do Ling attacks to try and kill off a third base. It seems like we're just stuck in time, and both these players refusing to, you know, admit that they couldn't kill the third base of their opponent for a longer period of time. And they're just still going for it. Here we go. Reynor once again. This will be my third base. Denver on the other side at the same time, providing a similar example. Reynor actually going to go for the drone line now. That is fully exposed. A very clever way to ramp this up a little bit more. Of a worker lead going into Reynor's favor.
Hey, Denver's starting to crush through a lot of this. He finally cleans that up as well. 7 workers did go down, and again, Denver's not going to be remaking those. So every single time he loses these lings, it's going to be even harder for him. And there you go. He has to drone up.
It was very smart for Reynor, right? To just give up on that third base and just go into the natural. Denver didn't have enough drones anyway to fully support the 2 base mineral lines or fully saturate them. So just doing a lot more damage in that situation with what he had and what he could. He's transfusing banelings.
Oh, that is so Reynor.
You're not getting my banelings. Who do you think you are? I love that we're still just on Ling Baneling. Like,
we are 10 minutes into this game, and there's not a lair in sight. There's not even an upgrade in sight.
Yeah.
But now Reynor does have to expend a little bit of extra minerals just to get that third base back up, or he will fall behind in terms of that larva production. Gonna get a drone, but he's gonna sacrifice quite a few lings to get it. Beautiful surround there.
Very nice. Yeah, getting the carapace upgrade for the Zerglings. I mean, that is such a big deal in these types of battles, right? Having your Zerglings survive one Baneling is absolutely massive.
Oh, Reynor just took a big shot to the face there with that Baneling hit. That took a lot of wind out of his sails, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Danfer's been very proper with setting up these Banelings wherever on these ramps, right? Where Zerglings may just run up and not be aware that there's suddenly a Baneling in their face.
Yeah, you know what? I saw Jaedong, really old reference, but I saw him do something similar in 2015, where he had 2 Banelings at the top of a ramp, and the Lings literally kept running into him. So he kept getting a ton of free kills. But now Denver gets a couple of connections. He will get on top of the 3rd base as well. That will go down. He doesn't get that many drones, but again, killing that 3rd base is massive. Yeah,
definitely very good. I mean, we're tied up on the worker count now. One thing that is a bit worrisome, Reynor having the Roach technology. And that should put an end to the overall Zergling aggression here from Denver, especially since he never went for upgrades, right? Going for his own Roach Warren now.
Yeah, so, I mean, Denver does have his own on the way, but it is so far behind, and Reynor, I don't think he wants to keep this going any longer, to go into that Roach v. Roach seesaw battle. Just with what he's building, it looks like he wants to go and kill now, because there's still very few drones being remade.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, the lair coming up here for Reynor does make me think that he's just planning to take it a little bit longer. Going for Evo Chamber now as well. The Roaches from Denver, they are quite aggressive. Only Roaches.
Yeah, and I mean, he's still putting on a little bit of pressure, forcing Reynor to stay at home, but the middle location completely exposed, so Reynor will sneak through, but that's going to tell Denver it's time to move in. And yeah, he'll try and fight on the ramp, but he will eventually break his way in. Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Oh, thank God it's not us. Oh no, I think that just cost him that engagement.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, he was already stuck there, and the Baneling was coming up. So, I mean, would he have saved those Lings? I don't know.
That.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so unfortunate right there. We'll get back into the game.
He was trapped, I would say.
Yeah, so we're just gonna check a second.
Wow. Oof. Maybe he would have been able to get them out. Maybe like a couple of them, but...
All right, so we are back into it here. As the Banelings are going to be making their way in, but they will get deflected. And from here, you know, that did take a lot of wind out of Denver's sail. Taking that big Baneling connection kind of slowed him down. But, I mean, he's still ahead in terms of that army supply. It's going to come down to that defender's advantage, because I do think Reynor on the high ground will be able to kind of force this into a bad concave. Denver moving very far forward, though. Again, he's just looking to close this out now.
Great transfusions there. The Queen's really shining out once more. So great defensive unit here for the Zerg. But will it be enough? Baneling's coming from all angles. The drones on the verge of death there, just barely managing to escape. Yeah, I don't think Denver's going to break Reynor here. He's getting close, but I mean, reinforcements should be coming in any moment, and there it is. Reynor does manage to hold this off, and Denver, that was a bit of a commitment there from him.
Yeah,
just gonna try to go in again.
Oh, no.
No, wait, those are drones.
Oh, no.
Oh, it happened again. Hey, yo, cat. Oh, boy. Bro.
Oh, hey.
That's
Okay.
rough. That is rough.
That is very rough. Looks like they're just getting to the first pause on the stream.
Leave, please. We're working on that. We're working to get into
It's not us, guys. We are clean. We are good.
But well, you know, well, I always have 2 accounts in game at the same time. So then when I lag, you know, I could just pretend to be the other person.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, so the player's obviously a little bit frustrated with that, but we do hop back into it. Denver is going to get cleaned up here. He does have a few additional workers, but Reynor already does have his lair. Now, having the lair is nice, but guess what? We don't have a any upgrades. Do we? No, we don't.
Roach speed is there for Reynor, and we're getting the upgrades now for Denver as well. I do believe we saw Evo Chambers for Reynor go down, but yeah, didn't make any just quite yet, and that might point to him wanting to finish this off here, or at least do quite a significant amount of damage with this Roach push. Oh,
hey, good positioning.
Off some reinforcements, and G.
Yep.